There comes a moment in every human heart when silence falls, not the quiet of sleep, but a deeper, colder silence. A stillness where the familiar warmth of God's presence seems to vanish, leaving only an emptiness that whispers, "Have you been forgotten?" Yet, in that emptiness there is a hidden story, a divine pattern, and a truth few dare to see. Some hearts, it seems, have become unresponsive to the gentle call of heaven. But why? And what does it mean for those who feel the absence of the Almighty? The world continues around them, vibrant, alive, as if untouched by this quiet void. Birds sing their morning songs, rivers flow, and light breaks through the clouds. And yet, some souls wander, searching for a spark that no longer reaches them. They attend the prayers, follow the rituals, read the holy texts. But the connection, the intimate awareness of God's nearness, feels just out of reach. It is a separation, subtle yet profound, like a line drawn between the seen and unseen, between the heart that beats in rhythm with eternity and the one that has grown deaf to its pulse. This is not punishment, at least not in the way we often imagine. It is instead a reflection, a mirror held up to the heart. Choices made, distractions embraced, truths ignored. They accumulate like dust on a mirror, clouding the reflection of God's glory within. And yet, the heart still longs, sometimes without knowing it. Even when the presence feels gone, even when prayer feels hollow, a quiet whisper remains, waiting, patient, eternal. Consider the story of Israel, of a people who walked with God, yet repeatedly wandered. They knew the voice of the Lord, had witnessed his miracles. And yet, time and again, they turned aside. Their hearts became hardened, not because God withdrew, but because the soul chose distance. And in those moments, the separation became real, a chasm that no human effort could bridge without divine intervention. Could it be that in our own lives, a similar pattern unfolds, hidden beneath the busyness, beneath the noise of endless distraction? Few realize that spiritual absence often begins subtly. A small choice here, a compromise there. Moments when the heart whispers yes to something smaller and no to something greater. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, the soul loses its sensitivity. It is as if the strings of a harp have slackened. And no matter how beautifully the hand moves, no sound comes forth. The divine music is present, but the heart no longer resonates with it. And yet, God's patience is infinite. The story of the prodigal son is not simply about rebellion, it is about return. It is a reminder that even the most distant hearts can still be drawn back, if only they recognize their own estrangement. But recognition is often the hardest step. Few pause long enough to confront the emptiness within. Fewer still have the courage to acknowledge that the separation is not external, not caused by the world, but by the choices, fears, but neglect within themselves. Some hearts are weighed down by unresolved grief, by betrayal, by the quiet accumulation of sin and regret. They pray, but the words rise like smoke and vanish, leaving only a faint scent of longing. They read, but the pages seem distant, the stories of faith and hope muted. And in that muted space, isolation grows. Not from others, not from the world, but from the one who waits patiently, never abandoning, yet unseen by eyes clouded with distraction and desire. Yet, there is a paradox here, a tension that the scriptures often reveal. Separation is never absolute. Even in the deepest desert of the soul, a single spark can ignite a fire. The prophets spoke of hidden remnant hearts, of those who, though few, remained open. And in every age, God's Spirit seeks those remnants. It is in the brokenness, in the emptiness, that the potential for renewal shines most brightly. The absence we feel is not the absence of God, it is the absence of our own readiness to perceive Him. Pause for a moment and reflect. Perhaps the hidden separation is not about God turning away, but about the heart turning inward, preferring shadows to light, familiarity to faith, comfort to conviction. And yet, even in the shadows, the divine light presses against the darkness, unseen yet persistent. It does not force entry, does not shout over the clutter of the mind. It waits, subtle as a dawn mist, waiting for the moment when the heart softens, even slightly, enough to receive it. Consider the symbolism of the veil in the temple, torn at the moment of redemption. It was not a barrier God created to keep humans away. It was a representation of the separation caused by human sin and misunderstanding. And the tearing of that veil revealed a new path, a new closeness, a restoration. And so it is with every heart. Separation may feel permanent, but the divine design allows for reconciliation, for reconnection, for the rediscovery of presence. The hidden separation is also a call to vigilance, to nurture the heart, to guard against the subtle erosion of faith. Simple acts, prayer, reflection, gratitude, confession, are not mere rituals. They are the lifelines that keep the heart attuned to the divine pulse. Without them, the heart drifts, unmoored in a sea of distractions, unaware that the presence it seeks is always near, waiting for attention, waiting for love. But there is more. Some separations are not merely the result of human failure, but the necessity of divine testing. God, in His wisdom, sometimes withdraws the obvious, the immediate, so that deeper understanding may emerge. Like a teacher who steps back to let the student struggle and grow, the divine absence is often a hidden lesson. Those who endure, who wrestle with emptiness without despair, discover a richness of faith inaccessible to the comfortable, to the complacent. Their hearts, stretched and challenged, emerge more attuned, more receptive, more alive to the sacred than ever before. And yet, few recognize this. We often perceive absence as punishment, as rejection, as loss. We do not see it as invitation, as a quiet challenge to awaken the dormant, as a whisper saying, "Come closer, even in your doubt." The hidden separation is paradoxical. It isolates, yet it instructs. It conceals, yet it illuminates. It is both the shadow and the seed of renewal. Pause again. Reflect upon your own heart. When did you last feel the unmistakable warmth of God's nearness? Was it yesterday, a week ago, a month ago? And when you felt its absence, did you search for it? Or did you turn away, distracted by the small urgencies of life? Perhaps this is the moment to notice, to name, to confront the subtle distance that has grown. Perhaps it is time to let the soul remember what it has always known, that God has never truly left, that separation is always temporary, and that return is possible even for hearts long unresponsive. Some hearts, however, remain distant not out of neglect, but because of pain too deep to bear, but of betrayal that cannot be spoken, but of loss that silences prayer. To these hearts, God's presence may feel cruelly absent, and yet, Scripture reminds us, He is closer than breath, nearer than thought. The emptiness is not His absence. It is the canvas on which He paints a new understanding, a new revelation, a new intimacy. Even the wounded heart can be a temple once more, if it dares to open, if it dares to trust, if it dares to believe that love never truly leaves. And what of the multitude, those hearts we walk among daily, so many of whom appear untouched, yet inwardly separated? It is not for us to judge why one heart resonates and another does not. Spiritual perception is a sacred mystery, hidden from human eyes. What we can do is tend our own hearts, remain vigilant, keep the channels open, and extend grace to others. Because in the divine economy, no heart is truly lost, no soul ever beyond reach. Even when presence seems absent, the unseen hand moves in ways we cannot comprehend, preparing for return, awakening hidden faith, orchestrating moments of revelation. The hidden separation teaches patience, teaches humility. It teaches that God's ways are not ours, that absence can lead to understanding, that silence can be a teacher as profound as the loudest proclamation. Those who endure without despair, who seek without seeing, who listen without hearing, find that the heart's capacity to perceive God is deepened, purified, and renewed. What felt like emptiness becomes fertile soil for a harvest of unseen grace. Perhaps this is the ultimate paradox. Those hearts that feel most absent are often the ones closest to awakening. For separation, though painful, is the crucible of spiritual refinement. It shakes the soul awake, demanding attention, urging introspection, exposing weakness, yet revealing potential. It is the quiet, relentless work of God, unseen, unnoticed, yet infinitely tender. It is the whisper behind the stillness, the presence beneath the absence, the secret waiting to be discovered. And so, the hidden separation is not the end of faith. It is the beginning of awareness, a call to return, to recognize, to soften, to awaken. A reminder that God's presence is never lost, only obscured by the choices, fears, and distractions that accumulate within us. It is both warning and invitation, shadow and light, loss and promise intertwined. Some hearts wander, some hearts ache, and some hearts grow silent. Yet the divine pulse continues, eternal, patient, unseen. And maybe, just maybe, the emptiest hearts are poised for the greatest awakening. The hidden separation is not a curse. It is the secret path that leads the soul back to the light it has always carried within. Listen closely, for in that silence, God waits, ever faithful, ever near, ready to speak once more to the hearts that dare to hear.